Kaerhart. I am a numerologist and an astrologer, and this is your weekly forecast.
Sophie, your astrologer and celestial guide, and we are welcoming you into a whole new week.
It's October 21st through the 27th, and we are in a week 7.
Whoa.
I know, but before I break that down, and I'm sorry, y'all, but you got to hit the subscribe button because we're your cosmic besties, and we don't want you to miss out on these fun hangouts that happen every Monday. So smash that subscribe button and let's get into it. It's a week 7. It's a spiritual week. It's a week of introspection and reflection. And really, it's a week of spiritual growth. Yeah. The 7 is the most spiritual number that's a single digit number. So other than the 11, the 7 is the most spiritual number, but it's very grounded. It's very like a earthly spirituality. It's not up in the cosmos. It's down on the planet. Like, how can I ground? How can I get wisdom from nature? How can I get, wisdom about what it is to be human? It's not like, thinking about aliens, taking DMT.
Going inward.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about going inward. This is a time where you're going to want to be on your own. It's a solitary number. You don't want to socialize when you're in a 7. You really just want to quiet the noise around you so that you can get in touch with your inner voice. And your inner voice is the guide that you're needing to hear right now, right? So a lot of us seek answers outside of ourselves, but actually a lot of the times the answers are already within, right? And like you can think about most times in your life and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But actually, you probably know.
You definitely know.
Yeah, it's like when you look back on a relationship and you're like, oh my God, I thought he was the one. And I'm like, but girl, you knew.
Yeah.
You knew he wasn't the one.
Yeah.
You knew it, right? So listen to that inner voice. And again, this is a really great week for learning, studying, trying something new that has to do with getting in touch with yourself or the spiritual realm. So, Reiki, meditation, I don't know, go study under a gong master, learn gongs. I did that actually.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds really like a very personal recommendation.
This was something I did. Go take a sound bath. Our girl Aparna loves sound baths.
I love sound baths.
Read a spiritual book. Old Soul's Guidebook, Untethered Soul.
Journey of the Soul.
That one too.
Amazing.
God, I feel like there's so many spiritual books.
I know. So many good ones.
We read a lot. So yeah, go do that. Spend time in nature. Whatever it takes for you to feel like really right with your own energy and your own self. So again, that's going to require you to spend a lot of time alone this week.
Yeah.
But it's for your own good.
That's right.
So go get stuck in a book, go sit in nature, go hang out in a cabin in the woods by yourself.
I'm loving these very specific suggestions.
Yeah, I'm feeling very specific and detail oriented.
Yeah, I love it. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Does the 7 also have to do with like any kind of ego breakdown?
It definitely could.
Okay.
Right? Because 7 is all, you're talking about the astrology?
Well, that's what I was asking.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, because we have an aspect that is ego breakdown, and that is going to be the Sun square Pluto on Tuesday, October 22nd.
Haven't we been through enough?
I know, right?
It's 2024. I think we've suffered enough.
So that's why I was like, is there ego breakdown also involved in this? And it's interesting because Mercury's trine Saturn is also happening that same day, which is a positive aspect. So it's
level up in your communication.
That's right. But then Sun square Pluto to me reads ego breakdown. It's
kind of weird they're happening on the same day.
Yeah.
So maybe some sort of positive conversation or again, Mercury's also thought processes.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something that happens really positively, but that leads to some sort of, again, that Sun square Pluto being, now you got to let go of something.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like part of your identity is being destroyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because Sun is identity, Pluto is destruction.
Yeah. And that's why, lucky for us, we just kind of came off of a heavier full moon vibe week before. And now these are kind of like the only 2 things that are majorly happening this week, thank God. And so it is kind of like a more quieter month, but I do think that you will be pressed to really think about your identity. And most of the time when you're thinking really inward, you are thinking about, who am I? Who am I? What am I here for? What's my purpose? And those are all very like 7-esque questions.
Very, because the 7 is the philosopher and
Yeah.
the seeker, and it wants to discover the answers and develop its own kind of like idea of the purpose of life. And the 7 is really here to answer a sacred calling.
Yeah.
So maybe this week is about answering that sacred calling. You know, God is calling you. It's ringing.
Yeah.
All you got to do is pick up.
You make it sound so easy.
Just pick up your sacred calling. It's so fucking easy.
Yeah. Anyone can do it.
I heard something the other day. I was listening to a Wim Hof podcast. And the person interviewing him was like, how do I find my purpose? And he was like, be happy, healthy. And I forgot what the other thing was. But essentially it was like, if you're happy, if you're healthy, then everything just falls into place.
Yeah.
You don't really have to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
And I kind of think like, you know, a lot of my life, like the bigger things that have happened, like even this career, were not planned.
Yeah.
But I was super happy and in a really healthy place, physically and emotionally, when like my book deal came through, which totally changed my life and put me on this purpose, which I didn't think was my purpose. Like numerology was just like this fun little party trick hobby I was doing.
Yeah.
So I guess for those of you looking to answer a sacred calling, maybe think about that. Like, what's lighting you up the most? Like, what makes you feel the happiest? And like, be in that energy. And that energy attracts everything. That is the most magnetic energy.
I love it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll end on that note.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all next week. And if you are loving these forecasts, which I know you are, thanks for still being here. I have some numerology offerings. I have a course. I got some reports. And Sophieswon over here has some Vedic reports.
Vedic astrology course, Vedic reports. If you want to know all about your Vedic astrology, I gotcha.
Yeah. You don't want to miss that. So check those out. Links are in the description. And we will see y'all next week.